Hey, wrestling fans. Welcome to the first episode of 360 Wrestling Fanatic. And I don't even remember how long it's been, but the last I remember anyway, I left off at episode 202. So you have 203 right here. And I don't even know, it could be episode 300, all I know. But I just came back as usual, just randomly. But I want to try to once again start doing 360 Wrestling Fanatic. Might even try to have a set time, set day of the week to do the podcast. Because before I always just did it any random time, felt like doing it. Come on, talk wrestling, and host the worst podcast in the history of the world. But I'm back now, hopefully. Who knows if I'll do another episode after this, but because I always do that. I always do an episode, say I'm going to start doing more, but then I never do another single episode. But right now, this episode, I'm trying to do something different, and that's I'm using Anchor for the first time, and also I'm going live on YouTube as well, or at least trying to go live on YouTube. I don't even know if I'm live or not. I don't know if it's working, if the audio is working, or if anything's working. But I remember a little while back, I don't remember when, but um, I tried to go do a live stream on YouTube, but did it? Then there was no sound, and I don't know anything about. Um, it's not that I don't know anything, but I don't know much about anything. So I messed that up as usual, just like I mess everything up. But I just wanted to do it again, just to talk wrestling, whether nobody listens or not, and it's fine. That's just, I've always just loved doing it. Always loved talking what's going on in the world of wrestling, whether it's WWE, AEW, Ring of Honor, Impact, or back when I was doing it, it still might have been TNA, who knows. New Japan, Indies, and of course, part of 360 Wrestling Podcast was Clash Wrestling 360 back in the day. But of course, that was hosted by a different Lance Brock, though. And the last time we heard from his beard brother, the caveman Elk, he ran off to Las Vegas, met a woman. So I don't know where that Lance Brock is right now. Haven't heard from him in years. So probably should check back in with Elk sometime to see if he knows the whereabouts of that Lance Brock. But right now, this is the Lance Brock you're stuck with, the host of 360 Wrestling Fanatic, the worst podcaster in the history of podcasts. Not like that other Lance Brock, the most charismatic host. But I don't even know what to talk about right now, though. This episode is just, I probably should have thought of stuff to talk about. Next episode, if there is a next episode, I probably will think of stuff, actual actual stuff to talk about. Um, but for now, we got Fighter Fest coming up in a couple weeks from AEW. That should be interesting. And this past Sunday, we had Backlash from WWE featuring the greatest match ever. Or at least that's what it was built as anyway. Edge and Randy Orton. And wasn't a bad match. It's just that WWE put too much on that, saying the greatest wrestling match of all time. But it was definitely entertaining. The camera angles and everything. And honestly, the better match, in my opinion, was on SmackDown. AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan in the finals of the Intercontinental Championship tournament. That was an instant classic, right off the bat. Classic, in my opinion, two of the best wrestlers in the world today, if not all time. AJ Styles, Daniel Bryan were given close to 40 minutes and just had a great match that those two can have. And like I've said before, two of my favorite wrestlers of all time, AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, and hi to somebody in the chat, whoever said that. Sorry, not used to having a lot of people watch. So, and I don't even know how to work the chat. I have no idea. Um, like I said, worst podcast ever, hosted by the worst host ever. Yeah, so Styles, Daniel Bryan, great. If that was on the pay-per-view, that definitely would have stole the show. Definitely would have took the spotlight from Edge and Randy Orton, in my opinion, anyway. Also on Backlash had the Viking Raiders taking on the Street Profits. Another one of the cinematic matches, as they're calling them now. And honestly, I didn't mind this, but I mean, it wasn't that good, but I wouldn't say it was really that bad either, not in my opinion anyway. But I just hope that WWE keeps these spaced out, like only at least only does them every once in a while. Don't want to get them played out or anything, because if they do it too much, too often, that's what's going to happen. It's going to get old. It's going to get stale. And they want to keep it special. They want to only do this every once in a while. And I know I'm late talking about it, WrestleMania. I'm not going to talk about the whole card, but just going to talk about a couple things. Got the shirt on right now, actually, Undertaker and AJ Styles. As far as the cinematic matches go, that one was my favorite. Undertaker and AJ Styles, as WWE cinematic matches go, anyway. The Boneyard match, I thought that was great. The other one, the Firefly Funhouse, John Cena, The Fiend. I thought it was entertaining, but obviously it was a little out there. But Styles Undertaker better. And WrestleMania, I thought, was, for what it was, empty performance center. Not able to be in Tampa like it was supposed to, but I thought it was entertaining for having an empty arena. no sold out stadium, no fans at all. So I thought for what it was pretty good. And speaking of cinematic matches, Stadium Stampede a little while back from AEW, which was at Double or Nothing. I thought that was very entertaining. In the football stadium, the inner circle taking on the elite. I thought that was great. I was very entertained by that. And just one more quick thing, got Impact Wrestling coming up with a pay-per-view Slammiversary. Of course, they've been teasing some names coming back, maybe EC3, maybe some of the other ones that have been in TNA Impact, whatever you want to call it, before returning. Maybe even Rusev making his debut. Just it's the ones that have been recently released by WWE in that one recently, whatever you want to call it, where they released guys. But that's it for this quick episode of 360 Wrestling. I hope to be back soon. I don't know when, but like I said, I want to try to come up with a set day of the week, a set time, and get better, do more episodes, but who knows. But until then, I am Lance, and I am a wrestling fanatic.